and give it to another person. That instilled discipline in those entrepreneurs.
You know my conclusion. You seem to be a man of principle. You know what to do, etc. But you were there. Your colleague, Cecilia Dapaah, was keeping stash of US dollars, euro, while abochis at airports were being arrested through the Bank of Ghana, etc. Why is it that you don't advise your colleagues to do what you do?
How would I advise my colleagues if I don't know that he has this money there? My brother, how would you advise? They look a picture of innocence and they pretend they don't even have a dime. So how would I know that he has touched this amount of money for me to advise her or him? I'm not capable and I don't have any information. And you see, right from onset when we started, you kept mentioning, you have this, you have that. And because of my honesty, a lot of people will keep all these things from me because they say Agyapong is a loud mouth. Whatever he sees, he can't keep it. So such a person, will you even go and tell him that you have $100,000? So I'm not in a position to know what.
When this became big news, the Cecilia Dapaah gate, or the scandal, when you were on the tour, what did you make of it? As an experienced legislator, an experienced politician and a businessman?
You see, whether we like it or not, it's going to affect MPP. I'll speak the truth. I'm fair. When Victoria Hammer mentioned that if she makes $1 million, she's going to do A, B, C, D. Look at how Ghanaians chastised her. So the one who just said, if I get, and the one who has it. So it's a big problem. We cannot run away from it. We cannot. I'm telling you the truth. Whatever they're watching and listening, I know there'll be backlash, but God knows I've spoken
Perhaps
the truth.
It will not affect MPP if you are elected.
Yes.
Second, in Japan, we come back to the issue of you, the politically exposed persons, the leading politicians, the elite of our country, hoarding cash. You transact cash hand to hand, etc. It's not good for the country, right? For the economy. You're a businessman, you should know that.
Yeah. You see, those who deal in cash, I'll be honest with you, if they are politicians and they are dealing in cash, because I've been a businessman for so long, they know I have a lot of businesses. And therefore, whatever money I have, I can take it to the bank. Those people who are keeping cash, before they became ministers or chief executives or whatever, were they able to have that amount of money? So if they take it to banks, and these banks, they leak a lot of information, that, oh, this chief executive has this amount of money. Oh, this minister has this amount of money. You know, those things. So maybe they decide to keep it at home for people not to, see what they have or whatever. So I cannot speak for them, but I take my money to the bank all the time. I do bank transactions. I can give you all the names of the bank that I do transactions.
You have nothing to hide.
Nothing.
If you were...
But you played this Adwoa Safo's thing.
You want to put it into perspective for us. We know the issue.
But you didn't talk about it.
No, I wanted to know the currency. Because of the way the dollar is done. I thought it was US dollar. But you took the US dollar and replaced it with Ghana cedi. Okay, so we're trying to wind up this conversation. It's also live, not only on TV3, but also 3FM 92.7. My colleague, Johnny Hughes, do you know him? John Hughes, you don't know him. You showed his picture on Net2 before. So I want to ask you why again, he's a journalist. So that's why.
Who is John Hughes?
John Hughes. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I want to take a couple of...
What was the reason?
Well, I think it was one of your programs. Ama Mcbrown, and I'm on the stream. Ama Mcbrown says, this is just another Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo in a different form. You dispute that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ama Mcbrown, he disputes that. Frimpong Newton says, this is not the time for who said, Ghana is in crisis and we need someone to rescue the nation, since coup is not the option. He seems to think that you are the person. If you have to rate the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo, 0 to 10, what will be your rating?
6.
That's failure.
Well, 6 is above average.
Yeah.
It's not fail. You haven't failed. 6 is above average. But let me be fair to him too. Now you see,
6 over 10.
Yeah.
That's okay. It doesn't need explanation. That's okay.
No, but let me...
No explanation.
No.
Let's move on.
No, I wanted to tell you something.
My colleague, John Hughes, please put his picture. This man, you showed him on Net2. You remember? You don't, eh?
I don't remember.
Okay. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Johnny, please forgive him. Now...
No, I showed his picture that he did what?
It was one of your programs. Now. Okay. So, Money says, I should ask you, why is it that, why have you not supplied all street lights you were supposed to supply in your contract? Which entity do you have a contract with?
Agyapong. You see, when you do diabolic things like this, and I put you in your right position, then you say Agyapong is rude.
Okay.
This falsehood. Go to Yoko. I have even supplied the street lights in excess of 2,400. You know why? When the manufacturers are shipping because there can be breakages, they give you extra. And once it's in the name of Ministry of Energy, you can't take it out. So if you are fortunate and not even one gets...
Do the supply, sir?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
And they owe me.
How much did they owe you?
Minister, I won't tell you, but Minister of Energy owes me if I didn't do this.
Does it mean that you make your money from government procurement or contracts?
I have a lot of businesses, my brother. Let me tell you.
That's a very vague response, Mr. Agyapong.
Look, even rent alone in this country, I make over $800,000 rent a month. $800,000 rent a month after withholding taxes. So now that I'm not doing any contract, am I not Agyapong? So please, these kind of things.
You made comments before for which you were taken to the police that guns and airways, they should be, is it clubbed or beaten or killed? Explain that incident to me.
Thank you. That's the treason. Let me tell you. Honorable Eslausu, Honorable Abujinapo, and there's one gentleman called Muhammad at Aboso-Kan area there. They went to Nilante's Vanderpoy's constituency and they were beaten. The next day, they went to all Kantamanto Akan shops.
Dominator shops.
Yeah, dominator shop and looted. Then, what broke the camel's back was a gentleman today, I can mention his name because he's no more with Kokobot. He's called Solomon. He used to work at Kokobot. So Solomon from Nkonya came with 4 other guys, they were 5, to my house. That the chiefs in Nkonya and Biakuye beat the gongon and asked minors to go and register to vote. And they resisted, and they are beating MPP people in Volta region. So Solomon came to my house. I was in Tema. All these things, I said it in Tema, not the studio. So when he gave me the information, I said, let me call Oman FM for you so that you can put it on there. Then he said, please, I want you to speak on my behalf because I work at Kokobot. If they hear my voice today, they'll sack me from Kokobot. That's Professor Mills' time. So whatever I said was what Solomon Donko repeated, told me. Then I added Greater Accra. I said, if you think Greater Accra is your stronghold and we are beating accounts, if you think Volta region is your stronghold and we are beating accounts, then Ashanti region is also our stronghold. If you don't stop, we also beat guns and hours. This is what I said. And within an hour, this same media.
But you shouldn't have said that.
Why not?
Because there's a localized issue, then you make statement that seem to nationalize an issue.
You see, you have to be fair to everybody. MPP people are also human beings. MPP, they are human beings. But to tell you that today, if anything happens like that, I will not even say it.
Because now you have changed.
Not that I've changed, but I've learned.
You are changing.
No, I've learned my lesson.
Because you want to be president.
No, I've learned my lesson because the people that I fought for do not even appreciate. And this has become albatross. If I had died, because if they charge you treason, it's very serious. But when they played the tape in court, severally, they brought Institute of Journalism for them to come and translate it and everything. There was nothing. That is why I was set free.
That's your camera. Speak to your delegates. I give you 30 seconds.
Right.
Appeal to your delegates. Look directly into the camera.
Right.
The camera there.
No, all I can tell my delegates is that it's enough is enough. The theories is enough. Let's give somebody who has pragmatic ideas to move this country. The only solution to our problems is to create for the youth of this country. And that is what I stand for. Check my track records. My track records clearly indicates that Agyapong is for the youth. Agyapong is for employment. And anybody who does not work in life has no life. So job. And that is Agyapong. I want to create job opportunities for Ghanaians, businesses, and employ the youth that are coming.
When you were in opposition, you said you jail Ibrahim Mahama. You haven't jailed. Somebody said I should ask you.
You know, if
Ibrahim Mahama,
right,
the business magnate.
Right.
Is he your friend?
Yeah, he's a friend, but I always speak the truth. If you do something wrong...
You've not jailed him?
No. Let me tell you. The level of dishonesty and our culture, that's why we have to change some of our cultures, the attitude. You know, I took Ibrahim to court. He paid 14 million Ghana cedis. Do you remember? Hey, you are a fine gentleman. You are very intelligent. Don't keep quiet. Do you remember?
Make your statement.
You know, he was not paying duties on his machines that he was clearing at the port, even on Sundays, because his brother was the president. I challenged him. I gave evidence. And Ibrahim Mahama went to court to pay 14 million. So what have I done to the nation? And he went out there begging. So I'm surprised that President Mahama is saying that I've not been able to jail his brother when they went behind, were big chiefs coming to beg for him.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for passing. I've enjoyed the interview. I hope that you come the last round before.
I don't have a problem.
Okay. If you're not able to come before the election, when you are elected to the presidential candidate of the MPP, come here.
You'll be the person I'll invite.
Thank you. You're a nice man, apparently. Please make sure you get interactive as well.